Okay, section 5.3. What we're going to do is take everything we learned from section 5.2 and basically do it in reverse. So what this section is all about is most of the time you're going to start off with an actual percentile ranking, like I want to know, for instance, what's the SAT score that represents the 99th percentile, right? I mean, that's the cream of the crop. So I would want to know what score represents the 99th percentile. Well, there's a formula for that. You know how we love formulas. It's basically, it takes the z-score formula you used in the other section, some little bit of algebra involved, and what you get is this. So the formula is this. You're looking for an x value. X always represents the actual test score. So if you want an actual test score, or I call these the real life values, tests, weight, dollars, whatever you're studying. To find it, you take the z-score and you multiply it times the standard deviation. And then you add that to the mean. And that gets you your x value. Oh, I got a phone call. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right, so let's plug in information. Okay, so by the way, there would have to be more information to the problem, which I'll give you now. We're going to do this problem as if we're talking about SAT scores. We did ACT in class. Let's do SAT. So the average SAT score in the United States right now is 960. That's just math and verbal combined. And that's the mean, the standard deviation, 175. That data is going to have to be given to you. So that's data that you have to have. And you have to know, too, that you're talking about something that follows that standard normal curve. So if somebody says standardized test, then you know that they're talking about something like that. Otherwise, they would have to tell you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do this formula. So let's talk about what pieces. We're trying to find that. We're trying to find the real life test score. I need 3 pieces. I need a z-score, I need standard deviation, and mean. Well, I have 2 of those pieces. So I have the mean and I have the standard deviation. So I can plug those in because I already have those. Standard deviation is 175. The mean is 960. I need to find the z-score. All right, so I have everything I need except the z-score. That's my goal right now. You are going to find that from the chart. Now, before I pull that chart sheet up, let's talk about what you're looking for. By the way, you're trying to find your z-score. You don't have a z-score. You're trying to get your z-score. What you do have, even though it doesn't look like it, is you have one of those weird 4-digit chart numbers. 99% is that's what you're trying to find. What score goes with the 99th percentile, so that you had a percent, which means you had one of the 4-digit chart numbers. You just have to put it in decimal form. So I'm adding 2 zeros at the end so that it's got 4 decimal places like all those other numbers. So on the chart, I'm going to look for the number 9900, and then you go backwards to figure out what z-score that is. So let's pull up the chart. And we'll go from there. Okay, here's our chart. Oh, you can't see it yet. Hold on. I'll fix it for ye. All right, hopefully you can see it now. I can see it. I hope you can see it. Oh, I got to scoot it up. Okay, so 9901 is the number we are looking for. They're all in numerical order. Remember, you are looking for a 4-digit chart number. That's what you have, and you're going to try to find a z-score. So you scan this whole list, and eventually you show up right there, and that's the number 9901. The one after it is 9904. The one before it is 9898. So 9900 is not there. Your job is to find the closest, and that's this 9901. So you found the 4-digit number on the chart. So now what you've got to do is backtrack to find the z-score. Remember, that was your whole goal in the first place, is to find the z-score. So you're going to scroll your eyes over to the left, and you're in the 2.3 row. So that's the first part of your z-score. Then scroll your eyes up. You're in the 03 column. Put those together. So I'm going to do that. Let's see, I'll do that in red right up here in the top right corner. I'm in the 2.3 row, And a 3 is my hundredths place, so that tells you what number goes in the hundredths place. So now I know my z-score is 2.33. That's the z-score that goes with it. All right, I have that, 2.33. I'm going to erase it. So hopefully you're writing this in your notes. Hopefully you're taking notes, for crying out loud. Oh, the eraser will only erase recent stuff. It won't erase this older stuff. All right, which means I'm probably going to have to move it. Let me move. Oh, no, the whole thing will go. Okay, let me move that. Let me move this up. And we'll go from where we left off. So now I have the z-score. So I'm looking for the x value, x equals. The z-score we just found out is 2.33. I'm going to multiply that times my standard deviation, which is 175, plus 960. All that in your calculator. You don't need parentheses or anything. You can just do it straight across. 2.33 times 1.75 plus 960. That gives you an x value of 1367.75. And since we're talking about test scores, let's go ahead and round to the nearest whole number. So 1368. That's your cutoff score, basically, for the top 1%, which is the 99th percentile. So anybody that scored about that on their SAT, which I don't think the SAT ends in 8s. I think the score would be like 1360 or 1370. 99th percentile. So that's the skill that this section is all about.